Hi there, this is another Doom's Dark Side gaming night / late evening. We have
Hello.
Jason, of course, Carla, Dave, and me. I think you can see me now.
Mr. Sinister.
We are playing, again, Marvel Legendary.
But with the expansions.
So, the reason why we're doing it is I have purchased both the expansions. So, we're going to show you some of the new cool stuff that's in there. Just a quick run through of how this game's going to work. The heroes that we are using, we have Spider-Man, who's from the core set. We have Invisible Woman, who is from the legendary Fantastic Four set, from that one. We have Iron Man from the core set. We have Forge from X-Force, who came out of the Dark City. We also have Ghost Rider, who also came out of Dark City. And we have a new Wolverine, who is an X-Force version rather than X-Men.
So he also comes out of Dark City.
He comes out of Dark City as well, so lots of Dark City stuff. In terms of who we're fighting against, we are fighting Mr. Sinister. He is here with a Skrull invasion. So it's a secret invasion of the Skrull shapeshifters. So essentially what's happening is there is heroes in the villain deck which count as Skrull villains. They're going to be coming onto the board, going through the city. Well, there's going to be lots of things happening with bystanders, as Mr. Sinister is very sinister. So that's pretty much how the game is panning out. So
we've all got our starting decks, and this was all done randomly as well, so it's fortuitous that we can. We actually did we choose Mr. Sinister?
No, we randomised Mr. Sinister. The way that we did it, because we didn't want to use one of the base villains, we used all 5 of the masterminds and 2 of the masterminds out of the smaller set, so we had 7 ones and then randomised which one, just so we could see a new villain for the video.
Well, we've also got the new bystanders in the bystander deck as well.
If you remember from our last one, they were face up because they're all exactly the same, but in Dark City they included 3 new types of bystanders which give you abilities when you rescue them as well, so hopefully we'll see those when we do a couple of live turns as we go through the game. So we'll leave it there and we'll catch up.
Do a successful mission.
Yeah, rather than losing. Boo. Right then, so we'll catch up. So we've come back for a live turn. So this is how we're standing at the moment. In the city, we have a Wolverine shapeshifter. There's a cost of 4, and because it's the shapeshifting gives him his strength is +2 to his cost. So 4 + 2, so he has a 6 defense. We have a massive Ghost Rider, cost of 8 + 2, so he has 10 defense. There's nothing in the city because in my last turn I beat up the Skrull Iron Man. We have Maestro, who has a paramedic bystander. He's got a defense of 6, and we've got BFG Forge with a bystander. He's got a cost of 7 + 2, so he's got a defense of 9. So some really hard people.
He's definitely a BFG.
Yeah, in the city there's some big fucking guys. Mr. Sinister has captured 2 bystanders. His innate ability gives him +1 for each bystander he has, so he's also got defense 10. We have 2 heroes which have escaped the city, and we lose if 6 of them escape, so it's not looking good. We're going to go for some live turns now. So
basically, to give you a recap what's happened so far, Mr. Sinister's got his fist out like that, and we're running into it.
Right, so Jason, do your best running into fist action.
Right, first thing we will do obviously is reveal a villain card, which is bystander.
Right. So when bystanders are drawn, they get attached to the nearest villain. So essentially, that Skrull shapeshifter has found a radiation scientist and captured him. Right. Jason, do your turn.
I'm going to play Spider-Man. He's revealed the top card of my deck. If it costs 2 or less, I get to keep it.
So that guy costs 0 if Jason's sleight of hand was too quick for you there. 0.
Right, that didn't help me sod all, but I suppose it does give me some more recruit. I've also got an Iron Man. Well, actually, I'm not going to play that yet. Or instead, I've got 5 recruit.
So there's 4 guys, 4 shield troopers with 1 recruit. Sorry, shield agents with 1 recruit each. Sorry, there's 5 there. So he's got 5 recruit. He can buy any of the heroes. So we've got Invisible Woman worth 4, Iron Man 2 expensive, Spider-Man for 2, Spider-Man for 2, Wolverine for 2. So quite a big selection you can get there.
What I'm going to do first is I'm going to buy the Wolverine.
So when you buy, you flip 1 over straight away, so it gives you a chance to potentially purchase the second one as well.
So I've got 3 left. my intention was to get him, because he goes well with the Wolverine that I just bought. But I've been collecting a few of these as well. I swear I could keep that for later. I'm going to go for the other Spider-Man.
Yeah, Jason's been doing a lot of ranged characters to see if they synergise together. Also, not to forget Lonely Maria Hill, who whores herself out a lot.
And gets overlooked a lot.
We don't condone that.
Yes. There's plenty of other people you can whore out.
Right, so as you can see, the guys are massive. The only other attack pump I've got is a +2.
Just an Iron Man.
So I'm not going to be
enough.
attacking anyone.
So Jason discards everything and then draws a new 6 cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And that is the end of Jason's turn. So now we're going to Carla's turn. So first thing that's going to happen is a villain card.
Hey, another hero.
Right, so another
Scroll.
hero. So because there was a space in the city, essentially it means that only the Ghost Rider and the other Wolverines, so Shapeshifter, move up. So no one else escapes this turn. Good result, kind of.
Oh,
If we can survive till my turn, I can actually kill someone.
Oh, turkey mushrooms.
well, I can't kill anybody this turn.
That makes 2 of us.
Is this going to be a good turn?
No, it's going to be a bad turn.
So the guy's got 4 recruits.
I've got 4 recruits. That makes it 5 recruits, and his ability allows me to reveal a card. If it's 2 cost or less, I get to keep it.
From the top of the deck, that is.
From the top of the deck, yes. Which I do.
So that's
So
Spider-Man. Cost of 2, so that's going to go into Carla's hand.
Right, which essentially allows me to play him.
Yep.
So again, I'm going to reveal the top card of the deck, and if the card costs 2 or less, I draw it.
He's a fighting one, you're supposed to recruit.
And it's the one and only card in Carla's entire deck, which doesn't cost 2 or less.
Okay.
So that does mean it doesn't get discarded, it just goes
No.
back on top of her deck, so she knows she's going to get to draw that next turn.
Right, which unfortunately does mean that I've got a whopping 2 fight, which I can do nothing with.
Well,
But
you
I
can
do
run
have,
into Mr. Sinister's fist.
but I do have a 5 recruit. So
Once again, same situation that we had earlier. Obviously, the 2 cards which Jason bought have been replaced with Iron Man and another
Spider-Man.
Mrs. Fantastic.
see, I think the only thing
Invisible
that
Woman,
is
sorry.
beneficial to me here really is, I mean, I could take him and him, but I don't see how much he's going to benefit me. He's only a 2. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I think I'm going to take him.
Well, you can
Unless-
see what comes up. You take that and just read.
Yeah, if you fancy
Because there's
Spider-Man.
nothing else. I mean, I'm not going to take the. I'm not going to take Invisible
synergize as
Woman.
well with the ready drawing of your massive deck.
So I'm going to take him.
She does have a massive deck.
So yeah.
I would possibly take the
I
just
can't.
for the
I
2
have
attack.
3.
He plus 3.
Take him for 3.
Oh, obviously you got Maria Hill as well.
Oh, my
Don't forget the whore.
Oh, I don't know. The problem is he messes up my deck. If I'm going to mess up my deck for, you know, the over the 2 cost thing, it's going to be something that is worth the 2 cost.
You don't have to spend it.
One thing which I would like to add is just don't underestimate the lack of attack I think that you're purchasing. We need attack.
I know.
There's some big people.
I'm going for a lot of attack, but just not all in one go.
I just think that if I'm going to purchase attack, I might as well purchase them big.
So don't spend it then. Just leave it.
Yeah, you can always skip it.
Give me a minute. I will take the whore.
What's wrong with you people? She's not a whore. She's very nice.
She's a very nice lady.
There you go, I'm done.
Hangover quote for anybody who didn't realise that. Right, on to
Dave.
Dave's turn.
Okay.
Wicked villain. So off goes the Forge.
Right, so Forge disappears with the bystander. He has escaped.
So
These
we're
shuffle
down
a lot.
halfway to defeat.
Right, so the first thing that happens is we have Blockbuster. Blockbuster, Jason, turn the card please,
Sorry.
has a ambush effect, which is if there is a villain in the bank, that villain and and Blockbuster each capture a villain. So
Each capture a
we
bystander.
each capture a bystander. So we've got the bank is there where we have Wolverine, so he captures one, and then Blockbuster also captures one.
So you have 5 now.
His innate ability is he gets a +2 attack
6.
for each bystander he has. So focusing on that one. So he's got 4 attack, +2 for the bystander, which is a news reporter, so he has 6 attack. More hard-ass people. Right, Dave,
Are you ready for my exciting turn?
let's do his exciting turn.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shield agents. And Forge, giving me a recruit of 7, so I'm going to take him. And then I've got an attack of 1.
Well, on the plus side, at least he's not going to be coming into here.
That's the only reason I'm taking him.
And also, on a good note, let's just check, because as you may have seen in the previous videos, there's one character which is essentially the rare card. There's only one copy of this one. So Quantum Breakthrough Iron Man has an ability where you draw 2 cards, and then if you have another tech hero, you draw 2 more cards. So he can be really good for drawing lots of cards.
I blame you for this, because
Yeah,
both the other
2 rares have just escaped the city.
and you shuffled their deck, so I blame you.
So 6 of our heroes.
Right, we're going to change over, as it's now
These turn.
my turn after David's shuffled and drew a new deck.
Right, here's your villain card. It's Giganto.
Right, so
Who can do all
something just confused from last time. Forge Escape, so David's decay will cost 6 or less as well.
6 or less. I'll get rid of one of the invisible women.
So when somebody escapes, sorry, I've made a bit of a mistake. Also, Forge had a bystander, so everyone also has to discard a card as well.
Great.
I would need to draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It would cause too many problems, but it means Dave's turn would have possibly changed because he would have had to discard a card. Which would have been
You
his
discarded the attack one, yes.
That's fine, because it could have affected his turn. Right, so I've only now got 5 cards to play my turn, unfortunately. So I'm going to go with 3 shield agents, plus my disappearing axe invisible woman.
Oh, so more recruit. Awesome.
More recruit, yeah, no attack, brilliant. So I've got 5 recruits. I think I'm going to take this guy. Just reference, he has an ability called Versatile, where you can choose to get the number, which is 3, in either recruit or attack.
That's really good.
So, quite versatile. Haha! So I'm going to purchase him.
Reboot Forge.
And I've only got 1 attack. Unfortunately, I can do naff all with 1 attack. So let's do. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to do. Sorry, we're getting confused here. In my turn,
Camera's
he was
flustering him.
supposed to escape. So I KO someone cost 6 or less. I would KO.
Oh yes,
this one.
because Giganto came out. They
She's
all
replaced
shuffle
that.
along.
Big fat
As you can
guy.
see, we're doing really, really well.
Right, so that's the end of the rotation round. As you can see, things are looking pretty
Grim.
rough. Pretty rough. Mr. Sinister and the
Right.
Scrolls are kicking our ass.
We'll be back in 5 minutes to let you know how
We lost.
badly we lost.
How quickly the game is over.
No, I'm confident. Come on, guys.
We can do it.
We can do this.
Like every Marvel
have no
film, it
attack
looks
again.
bleak.
Yeah.
But we'll do something ridiculously good.
I'm glad you think so.
In 5 minutes.
Alright guys, we're going to do a little bit more of a gameplay as we're close to the end of the game. We've somehow miraculously kept in this game. 5 of the heroes have escaped, so 1 more hero and we lose. Iron Man, or Skrull Iron Man, is in the rooftops, so he's just got 3 more spaces I suppose. And then he escapes and then we lose. I've just defeated Mr. Sinister again, so there's 1 more Mr. Sinister left. So if we beat him,
One more
then
time.
we win. Can you believe that? After the last video when we showed you, we were suffering heavily. So I've just had my turn, and I thought I'd film the end of the next couple of turns just to see how it goes. So it's Carla's turn now. Come on, Carla, do this for us. So she plays the villain card.
Right, so we've got the leader. It's got the ambush ability, so the top card of the villain deck gets also revealed.
Oh god, that means Iron Man moves
I'm
up.
on the brink of leaving.
No, what is it going to be? Well, it might not be a villain. Oh, fuck it.
That would have been really bad if it was another leader, because then we would have lost.
Oh, look at that. Iron Man's on the cusp of
he is on the bridge, ready to fly away.
We need to kill Iron Man.
Can Skrulls fly?
Scrolls can do what they want.
Yes.
Alright, Carla, it's up to you. What can you do?
Okay, so I'm going to play Astonishing Strength Spider-Man, which allows me to reveal the top card of my deck.
If it's 2 or more, it goes into your hand.
Okay.
Or 2 or less, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so that goes into
So
my
it's got
hand.
quite a good synergy in a deck with lots of drawing cards and stuff.
So essentially I'm going to play that. Because I've drawn a card the previous turn, I get to keep that. So that allows me a +2 to that, so it's
So that's
4.
4 attack. There's another 4 attack. That's another 4 attack.
Wolverine is going batshit crazy.
Triplet Wolverine. And what's this?
Go top card of your deck.
There's another +1 attack as well.
She's
So that's
going
13
overkill.
attack.
You're going overkill here.
Sinister is going down.
14.
Another attack. 14 attack. Wow. I'm not sure, but Mr. Sinister's in 9 defense, so I'm not sure you can attack him, Carl. Right, go on then. Are you going to attack Mr. Sinister, or are you going to make us lose?
Yes, I'm going to.
Actually, you could take out half the streets.
Yeah, you could actually beat everyone up in here. So you're going for Mr.
How
Sinister.
much attack do you have, sorry?
14.
14.
14. You
Could do Iron Man and...
You could do Iron Man and stop us from losing, and you could do that and win.
Actually,
Well, I might do that because
no, actually,
Victory
attack one of
points,
the other
right?
guys because you get more victory points from them.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
good point.
that is a very good point.
So
So
9.
essentially, you've got five attack points in here to get yourself some victory points.
So in case you know, you can separate your attacks. So she doesn't have to spend all 14 in one go. She can spend 5 and then
These
9.
are worth 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either one of them.
Just go for leader. He doesn't have any nasty shit.
Well, that one has burrow, but because it's already in the streets, it can't burrow anywhere. So
I'll do that. I'll take those 2.
No, just one.
One of them.
Yeah.
If you do 2 of them,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Which
part-
one's
it's
less
partial-
ugly? I'll
partial
take him.
Less
I
ugly.
think he's less ugly.
Oh, look at that monstrosity.
And also look at Jason.
Hey.
And then the other 9 attack.
Yes.
Attack Sinister. He does have a fight ability on the card, so do what that says.
This could fuck us over if Iron Man
So
leaves.
fight ability is Mr. Sinister captures a bystander equal to the number of villains in the city.
Well, it doesn't matter, does
So,
it?
fortunately, it's irrelevant because there's not going to be. Actually, no, that does make a difference. 'cause we're gonna
Modifies
have
the
a
final showdown.
for him as well. So what does it say again? You get.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's good. Right. So basically, what this is going to do is he's going to capture 4 bystanders.
Equal to the amount of villains in the city.
Good note for us. We have defeated him the 4 times. He has no more tactic cards underneath him, so that means we win.
Yay!
But now what we do, as a group collective, we have the final showdown with Mr. Sinister and see who beats the crap out of him the most, essentially. So what happens now, Carla discards all of her other cards and goes into obviously a discard pile. And for this turn and this turn only, going in turn sequence, everyone plays their normal turn and tries to get as much attack and as much recruit as possible.
You add them all together,
you
yeah?
add them all together. So if I ended up with 6 recruit and 4 attack, I would have a total of 10. Then Jason would do his turn, Carla would do her turn, Dave does his turn, sorry.
I think if Dave does his normal turn, he might win this fight.
So basically that's what happens there, and then whoever has the most wins the final showdown, which we get that Mr. Sinister and those 4 bystanders that he just captured. So
Nice.
shall we do that live on camera, I think?
Yeah, why
Just
not?
quickly shuffle
Or
my
just draw your hand,
I'm-
or have you got
I've got a hand here.
Right, it's Dave going to go first, so
This could take a
you've
while.
already got your 6 cards in
They're
hand,
my
but-
6 cards, but I will be drawing extra cards, hence the quick shuffle. Right.
Right,
I'm
might
going
as
to
well-
start
do as much as possible.
with Dirty Work Forge.
Irrelevant.
He's relevant because it's not in the sewers, but I do get 2 attack and he is a tech character. I'm then going to play Quantum Breakthrough Iron Man, who allows me to draw 2 cards and 2 more cards if there was any more tech played. 4.
Dave actually has no attack in his deck. What he does is recruit and draw cards.
If it's just got a standard 1 attack,
Um,
Yeah, you got to play all your cards
Yeah,
essentially.
I'm going to play him just for standard 2 attack.
we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in total so far.
I'm going to play him to discard a Shield Trooper and draw 2 cards.
That's 5, 6.
And I'm going to play another Forge
That's
to
7,
discard a Shield Trooper and draw another 2 cards.
See what I mean?
I'm then going to play Iron Man to draw a card and, because of his tech, draw another 2 cards. Yeah, I have.
That's 8 altogether.
And then, have I got any 4 costing in the this? Yes, I have.
This Dave's turn might take as long as the rest of this video.
Invisible Woman, who gives me +4 attack, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 recruit.
I've actually lost
8,
count
9, 11 recruit on there.
because you add everything together. So you've
Yeah.
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Right, you have a final total of 19. So 19 to beat. I'm going to struggle to probably get 10. Right.
I've also had a look at my hand. I don't think I'm going to get past double figures.
See, I knew buying all that recruit was worth it.
I will start with. Oh, I don't know where to start.
I was a bit like that.
I don't know which one's better out of those two, so I'm going to go for this one first for 2. We'll do an Iron Man to essentially draw 2 cards. I was dilly-dallying about whether I should do it the other way round, but that'd be irrelevant because I've miscalculated. Ignore me. Right,
We always do, yeah.
Right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This guy has versatile 3, so it's 3 recruit or 3 attack.
Doesn't matter, does
So
it? 12.
Makes no difference, so yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I finished on 11, so Dave is still currently was my highest hero. If I take a...
Well, I'll do Carla first.
Oh yeah, I suppose we can do Carla first and then...
You come back to me.
I'm going to play the No Mercy Wolverine, which allows me to draw a card, and I can KO if I want to, but I'm not going to. Then I'm going to play him. Adds 1.
But you get to draw a
recruit.
card, which is the more
Yeah.
important thing. Same thing again.
Start shuffling this just in case.
Yeah, apparently you need to.
Look at this. 3 of them in a row.
Give me a cake.
Is that another draw card again?
Yeah.
There's your new deck.
I take it that doesn't count.
Not irrelevant. It doesn't actually give you
No.
a physical stat.
But it does give you victory points.
No, because these are essentially not there anymore.
Oh, right, okay.
Essentially, they've all disappeared, and now this is
Scattered in the wind.
in a circle, and we're clubbing the crap out of him.
Can't stop me now.
Have such a good time. Shaun of the Dead quote there. Again, lots of movie quoting in this.
Okay,
Draw
he allows
card.
me to draw a card.
And you get +2 attack if you... Oh, no, you didn't.
No, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the instinct symbol
Which is
in
the
my
yellow
deck.
cards, if people don't know.
Unfortunately, they're not in here. So then I've got 1, 2 attack, and another 5 recruits. So essentially, I've got 5, right, 6, 7, 8.
+2.
No, you didn't. Do that another census card.
8, 9, 10.
Well, it's less than 19 then.
10, jeez.
10.
19 looks like a powerhouse to beat here, so
Yeah.
let's go across.
Right.
Oops, sorry, that's my phone. Right, let's go across to Jason.
Right, mine's going to be less as well, but let's see how much
Let's see how my camera work skills. If I turn the camera upside down from what I can see, then it might make sense to you.
I'm doing another Spider-Man smash.
So he's currently on 2. Spider-Man's doing a lot of stuff here.
I'll start shuffling, draw a card, and I'll get the +2 bonus as well because I've played Wilderness.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Wilderness.
whatever.
Instinct.
Instinct.
Just making
So-
up his own stuff now.
We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14.
Ah, he beat me! Rubbish!
But I didn't beat Dave.
So, finished on 14. That does mean...
Did you just shovel my victory point down?
That does mean that Mr. Sinister
Yes, I did.
has been beaten in the final stand by Dave. So Dave adds all of those to his victory pile. So there we go. We have won as a collective.
So we'll
What we're going to
pause
do
the
now?
video.
Yeah, we'll pause the video now, and we'll come
Count
back
up.
and we'll do our final victory tallies.
Look at this pile, man.
I'm just focusing on the person that I think is going to win because
Yeah.
his victory pile might have been bigger than his deck.
It is bigger.
I said
Whoa,
deck.
whoa, whoa.
I said deck. Back at us.
Right, we've calculated up the victory points, and in last place with 14 victory points is Carla's Spider-Man deck.
I don't care. I gave that below that made him crouch so that you guys could kick him in the balls.
Oh, right, see. Third last was the man.
Third last. I get third. I got a bronze medal. I got 16 in my concoction of Iron Man, Ghost Rider, Forge craziness.
And Dave came
I
second
recruited lots.
with 17.
Wargaming,
So that's pretty close.
17.
14, 16, 17.
And then...
No, that's right, you don't need to see my mug for the victory dance.
It's the smoke face we need to see. That's what...
We can see it. We don't want to put all of you guys.
I've got 29.
Almost double.
So, as you can tell, I'm the one who won this game. If it wasn't for me, Iron Man would have escaped. No. It was a team effort. I'll give you guys some credit.
No, I don't think actually I deserve the credit because I just recruited more and more stuff each turn that didn't.
Eight of those points were bystanders.
Yeah.
Due to Spider-Man just getting people.
Yeah, actually, that was really
Yeah,
useful.
Mister, I'm not going to do Spider-Man.
I didn't have a choice. That was really close, man. I thought definitely we were going to get our ass kicked by Mr. Sinister.
I must say,
No,
that's the third multiplayer game I've played
No more.
with the new characters.
No more cake.
And that's the first time
No
I've
more
actually seen us win as well. The other two we've lost in both, which was against harder characters, I must say. But yeah, Mr. Sinister is still quite interesting.
I love the scroll plot scheme twist. That was
Yeah,
interesting.
that was really interesting, sort of turning them into heroes and then we capture them back as well. So yeah, quite interesting. Little review of it with the expansion. I think the expansion makes the game a lot better, and I loved it beforehand. So
Well, more cards, more villains, more fun.
cards, more villains, a few more mechanics.
Yeah,
More variety.
New artwork as well, which is something worth mentioning. Is a lot of feedback from the first game was how all of the Iron Man pictures, no matter, it's funny, isn't it? A lot of the Iron Man in the old set, all of them are the same picture. They just changed the colour.
Right, yeah.
Well, then if we look at the other ones,
Invisible Woman.
so here we go. So if you look at the Ghost Riders, they're two different cards and two different artworks. So that was one of the bits of feedback that they took on, and same with Invisible Woman. So
that's
all the
good.
ones in Dark City and in the Fantastic Four expansion, they have got different artwork. Just something very small, changed enough to mechanic, but to the pleasing eye of gamers, it's nice to see something slightly different. So
I think that's good as well, yeah.
yeah, my verdict, I think the game has got a lot better by adding those expansions as well. So
Yeah,
good,
for sure.
good job, Devin Lowe.
So much variation in the game now with all these extra villains and extra heroes. I mean, I think this one of the favourite ones for me is the new bystanders, because the bystanders obviously before were just this, it's just some random explosion card, but now they have abilities. So you got like this one allows you to draw a card, and then you got this one.
Other ones which allow you to KO characters.
This one recovers wounds. So it's really good, really thematic, really cool, and yeah, I think that's all you can say. It's just more cards, more fun.
Yeah.
It's not just that. I mean, I think the game in general plays quite well. There's never a point. Some games you play and you get a good starting point, and you feel, okay, I'm going to win this game. This game seems to really challenge you to work at it. You have to work at it. You have to work as a team. Otherwise, you're screwed. That's it. You can't be completely based on, I'm going to do this and stuff the rest. It doesn't work that way. But it does challenge you all the way through. You have to meet the marks, and it doesn't mean that you're going to lose, as you quite clearly saw. Even though we were
Never
down
give
to
up, never surrender.
one hero, we did
Magic
still
moment.
make it, which is really nice. It adds to the kind of anticipation of the game. It's very good for that.
I love the fact that at one point we were almost adamant that we were going to lose. We were like, man,
we were
we're getting absolutely battered. It was really uphill struggle, but we did manage to pull it out of the bag due to, I think we had one round where all four of us had one good turn. Where we could all attack and we could all take some people away from here as well.
Especially the heroes.
Yeah, and that made a massive impact. If we didn't have that turn, I think it would have been a different result.
And we also had one turn where essentially two of us had no cards in hand.
Three of us,
Three of us had no cards in hand.
And I only had
So we
three.
were
3 cards in a row, 2 cards.
Scheme twist or plot twist or whatever.
Which basically meant we had to discard cards equal to the number of bystanders that Mr. Sinister had, and he had 3 cards and 4 cards. So that was on Carla's turn. She made us 3 all discard 3. Then on Dave's turn, we had to all discard 4. So it means that me and Jason had no cards left. So
and me, I had no cards left
Carla,
either.
yeah.
so that
So
basically means it's 3 villains appearing and
Nothing
we
to
can
do about it, yeah.
Really puts you on the
This
back
is made by Upper Deck, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Upper Deck Game by UDE, and it's by a guy called Devin Lowe.
We're probably a little biased in here because we were massive Versus fans, and that was obviously made by Upper Deck.
But I am not.
Not available anymore.
Yeah, Carla never played Versus.
I'm not. No, I did play Versus, but I wasn't particularly enamored with it. It doesn't mean it was a bad game. It's just that it didn't appeal to me on the level that, say, Magic the Gathering did. But this plays really well. It's a really fun game.
So, Dave?
Yeah. What's your opinion?
Yeah, I've always liked the game. I always liked the look of the game. Unfortunately, D bought it, saving the money. And yeah, I've never had a bad game. And like has been said by you all beforehand, all the expansions do is just give it more flavour. I like the way that we randomise the heroes so we get a different variety. We're not just picking our favourites, although I would like to pick the favourites as well. But
never know, next game we might do if there's 5 people playing, you all choose one here and then there's only one random. These people get their favourite.
What about you, Nathan? Did you like this game?
yeah.
Baby translator.
Right, there you go, guys. 4 thumbs up for the new Legendary Dark City and Fantastic Four expansions to add to the Legendary base game.
If you have the base game, I definitely suggest picking them up.
Yeah, I think so too. It's a no-brainer. Adds more cards, more interesting things, more fun. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed our last-minute win.
Yeah.
Thanks to me.